Sounds. Hello, welcome to the semi-finals of the Staff Cup number 3. We have got ourselves the Good Studio, who just beat 4 guys, 1 girl, 1 cup. And we see Pro Dota RU on the Radiant side for this game, who just beat GGNet. And I have a co-caster for this game with me, the one that just lost in the quarterfinals, Skim. Should I call you Skim or Skim Gaming?
Yeah, just call me Skim.
Good, because that's what I also did.
Why did you point it out that I lost to them?
I actually saw that you lost in 15 minutes.
It's not exactly 50 minutes. We kind of dragged it out, but it was basically over after 50 minutes, yeah.
Okay, well, I have to say, like, the Good Studio versus 4 guys, 1 girl, 1 cup was starting out to be going the way of the other team, but ended up going the way of the Good Studio purely because they had some free farm, but it wasn't really a stomp.
10 seconds remaining.
My point. And you kind of say that Pro Dota RU kind of stumped you guys. How would you rate their skill, like, overall? Because I didn't think that you were that bad, exactly.
Yeah, I think they're really good actually, and they had some sort of pocket strat prepared, and it looks like they're going to pick it up again. This is almost the exact draft we had last game, and they had a Wisp and a Slark combo, and yeah, Nature's Prophet now. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up the Clockwork next, and then the Slark and the Weaver in the last phase. It's really the exact draft currently.
Well, Slark is not really a target that you see banned often, so they could actually save it for the last one if they really wanted to. I mean, we have for the rest part, we have all kinds of standard bans. We have got and the Keeper of Light and the Magnus and the Bed Riot and the Shadow Demon, with the first pickup being the Nyx Assassin, then the Wisp Nature's Prophet. I mean, that is also all pretty standard, right?
Yeah, it's really standard, and you don't really expect something then like a Slark and a Weaver. We were actually preparing for something like Tiny and CK, something pretty more standard and usual, what you see in the pro games as well. But yeah, I guess maybe they've been practicing. Maybe, who knows?
Well, I guess the thing is about these kind of games is that, I mean, of course, everybody here is staff, so everybody normally watches a lot of Dota, and, you know, they see what the pro teams do, and they see what's kind of standard, and they stick to that, like, the comfort of that box, and instead of just picking heroes that, for example, for maybe, I don't know who played the Slark in previous game, but if Gain was, like, an amazing Slark in pubs, if he can do that here too, then there's a big chance he will succeed purely based on that that's a hero that he normally also plays, rather than a hero that would fit well in the rest of the lineup, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure, I completely agree. I think this is pretty much the same as it is with amateur teams. I don't think you have to actually imitate the pro players, but rather stick to what you're best at. I mean, if the pro players pick Lone Druid quite often, and they do, you don't have to play Lone Druid just because it's picked by the pro players, so... yeah, and I think this is the approach in this kind of tournament, because as you pointed out, none of them are, well, I don't want to offend anyone, but none of them are pro players, so they have to kind of stick to their own game plan. Although GD Studio, they have been practicing a lot. I mean, they play regular team matchmaking, so they're used to this.
And that should make their team synergy, at least, probably a bit better than that of Pro Dota RU.
Yeah, definitely.
But they are banning out the standard heroes. I mean, Wisp CK, Wisp Sven, all getting banned out. With now Queen and Pain and Storm getting banned out by the Radiant team. I mean, that's just solo mids getting banned out. Previous game, they had a Jabbercopter safe lane farming, Lifestealer on an aggressive tri lane, with the support Lina and a support Windrunner. And then a Magnus mid, but Magnus mid, of course, not going to be happening, so they still need a bit of a strong mid lane hero. But Nyx Assassin probably going to be played as support, though I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the mid lane either, maybe.
Yeah, I think they're... Well, actually, I think GDC, it's definitely a possibility, but I think they're going to be pretty standard. Going aggressive Trollline again, they need some sort of ranged support now. Maybe the Lina, like you pointed out, again, or the Leshrac, depending on what they're going for. But yeah, I think the Lina's a good choice. The burst damage against Wisp is really nice, getting him out of the picture early on.
Yeah, Pro Dota RU is just banning out strong mid laners, with Darkseer picked up, actually. That's interesting. See if they're gonna be doing something different here. And the PA, actually the last one. Oh, something different.
Yeah, something completely different. Didn't expect this, because currently the draft is really almost the same. We had Darkseer, Lifestealer, and Nyx Assassin as well. Just kind of changed the Gyrocopter to, I don't know. I think it was a Windrunner. Not sure, but yeah, this is respect to Slark. Just saying, still expect it.
Okay, well we still have a mid laner with the TA. We have got an off laner in the Clockwork, Nature's Prophet in the jungle, and Wisp can still support that Slark on the bottom lane if he wants to, going for a safe lane.
5 seconds remaining.
Safe duo lane will be tough though. Like Slark Wisp's duo lane. Oh, never mind. Good Pseudo is going for something entirely different. They pick up the Warlock, extra teamfight potential, and if the Wisp TP is somewhere now, he'll be getting a rock on his face, and actually those fatal bonds can be really fatal against that. And by the way, you should turn on your in-game microphone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, completely forgot about that. But yeah, this is an interesting draft. They now can't really go aggressive tri-lane, because if they put the Gyrocopter as support or the Warlock, it's a really weak tri-lane, so they have to offlane the Darkseer, run the Warlock or the Gyrocopter in the mid, and yeah, then put a safe tri-lane. And I think if Crowdota knows this, they will pick up the Slark, because if you don't contest the Slark, it's easy free farm, even against the Darkseer. So, but this is just speculating and based on the previous game. Of course, they can still go the most obvious pickup, like the Tiny in this case.
Yeah, it will be tough though. Like even a Tiny Wisp, they need a bit of a good solid start, and with if there is indeed going to be an aggressive challenge, they will have a tough time getting that. But
that's true.
Slark. There he is. Let's see if they can do the same thing again. I mean, if that Slark gets level 6, that's gonna be, and of course Wispa or Io, sorry, as well level 6. That's gonna be being the start of that. And oh my god, was I correct? I was.
Yeah, it's actually gain.
Oh my god, amazing! My spider sense is working out.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
Battle.
We should do this professionally,
Yeah.
like psychic.
Oh my god, I should go to Las Vegas right now.
Yeah, exactly. People are going to pay for this.
Yep.
Where are they going to pick next?
Ooh, well, and since I'm lucky with getting Bane or getting a Gain as the Slark player, I should also buy some lottery tickets. Probably.
Maybe.
Anyways, we're gonna be seeing Gain playing the Slark. Surprise. Are playing the Io, the Wisp, on the bottom lane. Faker will be going on the Nature's Prophet. We'll be seeing Slachlo will be playing the Templar Assassin in the mid lane, and on the top lane we have the Clockwork. As expected, it is Lakabok.
Yeah,
and
on
the studio for you.
Yeah, on the dire side, it's Scriff taking on the role of the offlane Darkseer. It looks like Bruno will play the support Gyrocopter. He bought the wards, I think. Yeah, he did. And Too Good, he did save for a bottle, so he'll take on the role of the mid Warlock. And it's Driscoll. Actually, it looks like he's going to jungle this. I don't know.
Yeah, he does. Starfield Quelling Blade. This is one of the heroes that he also plays a lot in pubs, and that he in pubs also plays in the jungle a lot, going for phase boot drums and then coming out of the jungle race car mode and killing everybody. Weapons is actually gonna be on the top lane. Picked himself up some sentry wards, and I say himself because he actually bought them himself. We might see Drasko still coming towards that top lane to take some farm there, but it looks like we're gonna be seeing Bruno moving there with one ward.
I think it might actually be Bruno the one that's taking the farm. I think it's a lot more efficient on the Gyrocopter, because you can still get your levels with the Nyx Assassin, and you don't need that much farm on the Nyx Assassin. I think it's much more valuable on the Gyrocopter, but we'll see.
I'm actually quite surprised to see Too Good playing the Warlock in this game. As previous game we had Wepa solo mid role, and he actually did really well up against Purge.
Well, they kind of change it up actually. I've seen also Driscoll run the mid lane. It kind of depends, I think, which hero they pick up. I've seen them scrim on their stream, and yeah, it's really depending on the heroes. Sometimes even Wepas goes on the offlane and Script plays the support, so it's not really role dependent, although Driscoll and Wepas always take one of the most dominant farm roles.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, what we said earlier, that's entirely in line of that. Just picking the heroes that people can play rather than anything else. Nice cogs, burning away some of the mana of both those people. Clockwork Pro Dota. Oh my god, I'm gonna make that pun so often. It's gonna be so easy.
Yeah, who isn't? Who isn't?
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, we do have Warlock level 2. 2 last hits only for Too Good so far, with level 3 actually on the TA, 8 for 3 for him. So doing really well in this mid lane. I guess for Too Good, the only reason he's here is to get fast levels. If he gets farm on the way, great. But he's mostly there for the levels, not really anything else.
Yeah, his team is really going to be dependent on his level 6. And as you pointed out in the draft, if there's a TP, an aggressive one, coming in and they're mispositioned, one ultimate from the Warlock can turn the fight completely around. So this is a good pickup actually, and he's making some good damage against this TA. Fatal Bond's really nice one to get rid of those refraction charges. And looks like bottom lane will have engagement.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing Scriff using a surge, but there is no way to get out of this one, and he is gonna be going down. First blood goes the way of the Wisp, and that was of course the Pounce, locking him in place.
Yeah, that was really nicely timed as well. He just saw the animation being casted for the Surge, and he immediately pounced, so Surge completely negated.
Nice play. First blood on the board. Bottom lane being 1. I guess it's not too bad. I guess maybe, I mean, it's a Darkseer off lane. Even without that much farm, he'll still be able to do something here. As we see actually Wisp rotating. Might be trying to go for Tether Stun here. If he gets into a position, he will be there. But he can't get it right now with the... Not with the tether range right now, and Striff actually is careful enough to back off. In the meantime, we saw all the mana being burned away already on the top lane. Weapons did get a bit of mana back, but those cogs are really hurting them right now. They're just being placed to burn away mana, and I mean, this is not even them playing aggressive to force out the cogs. No, it is just the cogs being placed aggressively just to make sure that there's not going to be any initiation possible for the Good Studio.
Yeah, and yeah, I really like his aggressive play.
Oh, bottom lane again. Is the Pounce going to be there in time? There is actually still a surge on the board. Script's gonna get stunned up. Waiting for that surge, he can't get it off. Never mind, the Pounce is there and the kill is there, and this time Gain will pick up the kill.
Yeah, and this is exactly what happened in the this is exactly what happened in the last game. The Slark getting an easy kill on Darkseer, and yeah, as soon as they hit level 6, I expect them to make a rotation into the mid lane, pick up the Warlock. To, if they do pick him off guard and he doesn't drop his ultimate in time, he's going to drop fairly quickly actually.
You think there's gonna be need of Scriff going into the jungle? And I'm saying that, and I know that Draskel's there, but it might be a better option than to sit in the bottom lane, having the risk of getting picked off again on only, you know, having Gain. No, I'm gonna do it. Having gain more gold and experience on the bottom.
Yeah,
lane.
I actually agree. Oh,
ooh, missed bounce. Nice dodge by Scriff. And he should be able to get out. Nice.
Yeah, he's going to escape. Oh, there is a Sprout though, but nah.
Yeah,
actually.
Tango's last one, that was.
But yeah, I think a rotation would be nice. If Draskel started stacking this big camp right now, they could farm it together maybe even. Because currently Scriff is not really disrupting the Slug's farm. Well, he's doing a quite decent job, but he's still getting his farm. And the farm he's not getting, he's making up with the kills he got. So rotation, I think, would be nice.
Yeah, well, if he can dodge those kind of ganks like he did just now, there won't be a rotation needed. But he just uses last Tango, and I mean, can you really aim for those dodges when there's two kind of different lockdowns for you? I'm not sure if you can. In the meantime, we do have Warlock almost level 6, so that will make a difference, as last Hitwise Too Good is sitting on 16 for 3, with the TA sitting on 24 for 7, so still ahead as expected. But Too Good definitely not doing bad, as we have Clockwork actually going down. There was some mana still left up on Bruno, used everything. Weapons was able to use a mana burn, and that was actually the kill on Clockwork. A kill that Good Studio definitely needed.
Definitely, yeah, and looks like they're putting their eggs in Wepa's basket. He's getting the farm currently, has not Tranquil Boots, Arcane Boots up, but yeah, maybe there's
initiation. Bruno getting battery assaulted, getting locked in with creeps, and there is still a flare in 7 seconds. Might be enough actually. I actually doubt it. Bruno should be able to get away, especially since he's gonna be having a salve, and it's gonna be just fine. In the meantime, Darkseer wasn't so lucky. That was. I mean, we've seen this scenario now a couple of times. This time no dodge, this time a kill again. Level 5 Slark, level 4 IO. Timetable is, well, the window is closing, let's put it that way.
Definitely. And Slark, if you look at the gold per minute, he's currently leading. Even though he doesn't have the best CS, those kills are just boosting his farm. And yeah, he doesn't even have to go back because the Wisp is just healing him constantly. But there's a rotation coming out from Wepas, and I think he might get a kill off the Wisp if Wisp is completely out of position, and looks like he might be.
Well, TA going for a rotation as well with the haste rune. Can't find anybody though.
Oh, Vendetta just ran out. Oh, this is too bad. So Wepas is not going to get a kill. This is such a...
Oh, Gain actually wants to go for this. Gets a nice... Oh, actually gets a nice kill maybe. Impale still gonna hit. Nicely done. And surge away for weapons. That was actually
Radiant's bottom tower
quick
is under
turnaround. I
attack.
was gonna say nice spike carapace, but it didn't really hurt him that much. So
Yeah, the Slark hit and then used his Dark Pact, so the damage from the Dark Pact completely hit on Webbers. But yeah, still nice search by Scriff and a wasted effort, but then again, Slark is just completely on full HP again. His ultimate is really strong, just gaining his full HP within seconds.
yeah, we have actually got the TA sitting on highest of net worth. The difference between her and Slark is not that big. But still doing really well in the mid lane. Has got something in the courier as he gets another stack of fatal bonds. That must be so annoying. But that's face boots ready. As well as the magic wand. And Too Good not having mana for his rock,
Dire's
but I
bottom
would
tower is
like
under
to see him
attack.
rotate to drop it. Because, or at least have people helping him out so he can drop it on the TA. Which is actually going to be the case because Wepas comes in, Refraction is up again though. And they will see that the Vendetta, they don't want to be having it hitting on the Refraction, but they will have that. And there he goes. Impale still hits, Refraction still on, damage not done, Centerward going down. But there's no way they can get the TA right now. Not with all that damage being absorbed.
Oh, there's Mighty. Oh no, he just faked the TP bottom. But yeah, this is once again, I think, I pointed it out that the farm on the Nyx Assassin might be nice, but I still think
top.
that's top.
Clockwork gonna go down. Tries to do what he can before he dies, but he shall.
Yeah. Good rotation coming out from Drasko. With the open wounds, it's quite an easy setup if they don't get blocked by the cogs, which doesn't seem to be the case. So, yeah. He didn't actually max cogs, he went for a max rocket flare. Interesting build. I think last game against us he maxed the cogs first, just for the extra damage, but on the offlane I guess this makes kind of sense.
Yep. He's a bit more able to get a bit more farm
Radiant's top
to his
tower
name
is
with the
under
flare.
attack.
So we have got Faker. We haven't really seen that much of him apart from him rotating. In terms of farm, he's not really doing too great. He actually went for the Bacillus rather than going for the Hand of Midas absolutely first, but he will still have his Hand of Midas as a next item. And of course he is level 5 I believe. Oh, Impale, burn, down, gain. That's a kill that desperately needed. I was there with my camera, but I don't know, was kind of oblivious for the action that
Dire's
actually
middle
happened on my
tower is
screen.
under attack.
Yeah,
Good kill.
I think against the Nyx Assassin, and when you know that he's level 6 for quite some time, you have to drop at least one sentry. Usually teams drop it like at the tier 1 bottom from the Dire side, just to have that vision if he's TPing in or not. That's what the rotation. But yeah, the lack of vision currently in general. There's one observer ward now being dropped by Bruno, but overall it's a pretty dark map.
Yeah, from both teams. You're right, there are sentries in the Wisp's inventory, but he didn't place them. Probably should have. Would have prevented the death there. And the kill score is actually back to 3-on-3 right now. And you know, I always say like later kills mean more, etc. And the later kills actually went the way of the good studio. We do have the gold graph still slightly in favor of... Oh, mid lane TP's incoming. It's gonna be Warlock. I dropped the rock, but he still goes down afterwards. Nice kill upon Io though to get that return kill. TA in a bit of trouble. Refraction already being burned off. Again on his way out as well. Should be able to get away. TA or... There. It's a turn and burn. Bruno doing what he can. Cooldown still coming down and burn! Turn and burn in return! Oh my god, the rhymes! It is insane. It's gonna be 3-2. Pro Dota, I don't think they will be happy with that turn and burn that they tried to do. Coming to the high ground with the Nature's Prophet coming in as well, of course. Just sitting there waiting for people to walk up. But then the cooldown perfectly placed. It was hard to miss that. Oh.
It was quite easy because they were too greedy. They, as you said, were just waiting for the good studio to walk up there, and well, it's not really a place where you want to fight against the golem and the call down. And against Iron Shell, they were kind of clumped up.
They were just nuked down. It is that's a support gyro, by the way, getting himself some kills. So really nice for Bruno there, as he might as well transition into a bit of a semi-carry. I hope that he can actually do that, because I feel like they might need it against Slark that goes for that mid-game dominance. And I also think that if they continue killing off Slark this way, then it's going to be very tough for the good for Pro Dota RU to continue to be in the game, because in terms of very late game carry, they don't really have anything as Warlock goes down. But we're watching Script getting pounced upon, and Script going down. TP's gonna go in though. Nyx Assassin might be able to try and go for gain. There is a sentry ward, but that's... Oh yeah, that's gonna be scouting on Wepas. Wepas gets a kill, they return though still. Gain, you're gonna be getting the 30% damage reduction from the Wisp and will be able to make it out alive. Wepas gonna be not chasing that one down, but at least he got a kill in return for that one.
He's still turning around though. Weapons might be still looking at it, but nah.
Doesn't have enough
Slark's
mana for a
ultimate giving
combo.
so much region.
Yeah, it's insane. Like having a free heart.
Basically, yeah. Mid lane TA got too good. Didn't get a, well, forced out a bit of rotation from Bruno and I think Draskell. But yeah, Draskell is getting some good free farm while the rest of his team is making action happen on the whole map. And he's sitting on drums and treads. He's also sitting on the top of net where it's charged.
Oh, and he is also sitting on a TP from Wisp and Slark. Let's see if they're gonna be able to get him. The Rage is of course still there. There's a jump. The Rage in mid-jump will be able to make sure the Pounds is not gonna be there. Here comes the TA trying to help out. Whoa, that's gonna be a dead Draskell. 4 heroes coming out to take him down. And that's gonna be it for him with the TA melt damage doing the majority of the damage. And he didn't even use the DD room for that he has.
Bottom lane.
Oh, another kill. It is too good. Gonna be going down. Has got the rock. Wanted to drop it. You saw the animation going. You heard the sound, but it didn't go off. Script's gonna be trying to get himself away. Weapon's gonna try to get a kill from the Wisp. Will be able to do it. Might be able to do something against Gain as well. But Bruno coming down with the cooldown. Weapon's gonna be going down before anything else. So Gain locked inside the cogs of his own teammate will be dropped.
Oh, that was too bad. I mean, if he had cogged Slark out, would have been a nice save, but this still doomed for his teammate. Overall, still a good engagement for a good studio. I mean, they did lose quite a few heroes, but they also got the Slark in return. And as you pointed out, they do not. Well, Pro Dota is kind of banking most of their farm on Slark. So, yeah, nice fight actually.
Yeah, TA of course can transfer into that semi-carry, and he will have a blink dagger now if he wants to. He has the goal. And in terms of net worth, he's actually ahead of everybody, but. If we look at the hero lineup, you see late game, you see your team fight on the good studio with the Warlock there, you see the Gyrocopter and the Lifestealer, and in terms of pure carry potential, good studio will take this.
Yeah, I agree. They all scale really well into the late game, and yeah, as you already pointed out, the Gyrocopter can always transition into this sort of semi-carry role, even though he was kind of buying support items. And yeah, he can definitely deal a lot of damage in the late game.
Yeah, actually I like this. Like, the good studio, their lanes, I can't really say that that's the strongest lanes I've ever seen. It kind of reminds me of the previous game that I saw. Also, the good studio not really winning on lanes, but in terms of helping each other and communication and just being there, you know, rotation-wise, they're really doing really well.
Yeah, you can tell that they definitely have played together before.
Yeah.
Their synergy is really well, and those TP supports are just coming. You don't usually see that from many teams that immediate, okay guys, I need help bottom here, just TP right there, and yeah. And they're now gathering up its core and taking this tower. So, yeah, nice movement coming out, but they might have to rotate top because there's a Slark looking at this Lifestealer.
They're gonna be trying to teleport on someone or pouncing up on Draskell. Pouncing up on Draskell it is. He has got the rage still, of course. Gonna be open wounding up on Gain. Gain now actually realizes he might be in over his head, pounces away from this, gets a rock on his face. There goes the Fatal Bond as well. They miss Gain. The dust is still there, but he will be able to get them off, but a Wisp will still go down. The rotation is complete though, and they will be able to take down a tier 1 tower most likely, because if they don't get that, that's a lot of rotation for just a support Wisp.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised they tried this open mid lane thing.
Yeah, that was a far dive, but they could do that.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm a bit surprised they tried this kill on the Lifestealer, because they saw before that they had to invest at least 3 heroes to actually bring him down. And now they tried it at his tier 1 tower. It was a bit overly optimistic, I feel.
Radiant's top tower
And this Slark is going for a Shadow Blade. Yeah, annoying item on a Slark. You just never know. Is it actually his ultimate? Well, you can know, but
Radiant's top tower
happening too fast. It's an annoying item.
Looks like they might be thinking about coming in from behind though. We have the TA and the Clockwork sitting behind. The hook shot is there, and it goes and misses actually barely. Wisp still TPing in though. Too Good doesn't have a rock, has to be careful, very low on HP, tries to do what he can. And look at that vacuum into the Darkseer wall. Impale up on 2, massacred. Too Good will probably still go down. One more hit needed, the tower will do that job. 3 for 3. Comeback is from the TA. That's a buyback. Looking for a blink, looking for weapons. Nice by Carapace. Impale, but the refraction is there, saving the ass of the TA. But they're not done yet. Good Studio is actually thinking about still fighting. No, they finally back out. I have to say, Darkseer made that a good fight for the Good Studio. Without that, they would have been obliterated. Oh, DA, you don't want to do that. Why do you do that? The fight was over. Why are you going for 3?
Yeah, that was too greedy. But
Yeah.
yeah, the Darkseer really won that fight. Vacuum into the wall, and also Draskell avoiding a lot of damage by jumping into weapons, I think. So, but yeah, good fight. And I think Bruno wasn't even there. Might be.
Yeah, he was. That
Yeah?
was a cooldown. Yep.
Okay.
Cooldown, that is.
Yeah, but at the very end though, I think he just came. I'm not sure.
I thought he
but,
was there.
Yeah, I might be tripping.
But yeah, it was at least, I mean,
Radiant's
you could see
middle
both
tower
teams
is
really
under
thought that you
attack.
could win that fight, and both teams really looked like they were doing okay in that fight.
Dire's bottom tower
Yeah.
And in
is
the end,
under
it came
attack.
out even until TA fed herself, and she was actually the one that bought back.
Yeah.
So she died, bought back, died again. Painful.
Oh, might be a kill on the bottom lane.
It's gonna be Gain, that's gonna be taking a lot of damage, gets an impale. He's gonna be invisible though, they don't have any vision. Doesn't matter though, look at his regen, it's just insane. Now he's visible again and he will go down for it. Blink forward, Weapons gets himself a Blink Dagger, Rocket Barrage, a Tether is gonna be there to help out the Wisp getting back into safety. Home Missile still chasing, and the haste rune upon Bruno will be able to get the kill with that as well. And that is gonna be Nature's Prophet saying, you know what, I'm out of here, but he can't vacuum into the impale, and another kill going away at the good studio.
Wow, this was Scriff coming in there just for the last vacuum, and this might be a tier 1 bottom, tier 2 bottom, because there's a Clockwork. I guess he can cock and rocket flare spam a bit, but
Yeah,
still,
but they do
they
have,
have
the
the rocket.
cooldown. Yeah, exactly.
they have everything up, so they can fight this.
They can easily fight this. I mean, let's take a look at some more of the items, because we saw the Blink Dagger upon Wepas, and he looks to be going for Dagon still. We have the Armor Top on Draskell, who, by the way, in net worth, super far ahead. Like, really far ahead. And that's just the free from that he got in the top lane. Oh, why are you there, Clockwork? You're dead. Oh, here comes the Wisp, gets a rock on his face. He's gonna be taking a lot of damage, has got the Slark with him as well. If he goes down, Slark will be here by himself, but it is gonna be Impale. Yeah, Slark will be stuck here, will be going down just like Io did, and the Nature's Prophet, and the only one alive, TA, dead as well. Team wipe, with the only one that was a victim, Bruno.
Wow, that was, again, beautiful fight there.
Radiant's
Too
bottom
good,
tower
also
is
really nice
under
reaction,
attack.
dropping the stone immediately. Didn't micro it though, kind of funny,
Radiant's
the Warlock
bottom
was just
tower
standing
has
there.
fallen.
Yeah.
Yeah, still a good fight for them, and Draskell just showing that he's way too far, there's nothing they can
Dire's
do.
middle tower is
He
under
drafted
attack.
a really mid-game intensive lineup,
Radiant's
but
bottom tower
if you
is
lose
under
your
attack.
early and your mid-game against, well, yeah, this lineup, not sure how you want to come back from this.
Yeah, I don't really think they lost their mid lane, but they didn't really necessarily win it that convincingly. I mean, they killed off Scriff a couple of times,
That's true,
which was
that's
great. But the moment that the levels were up on the good studio and those rotations,
Under attack.
there wasn't anything else. They're gonna try to fight this again, though. There's no rock, but there is, of course, a vacuum and the fatal bonds being fatal. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. TA coming in to die or coming in to kill Weapons, which is gonna be nice by Carapace. Weapons will still be going down, and they will be able to force the good studio out of their base, or will they? Slark overextending, gets himself a shadow word, and he will be healing. Yeah, that's regen is just insane. Oh, TA, why are you on the wrong side of the enemy pool? He is actually gonna get killed off here. Open wounds melt. Is there any vision? Iron Shell will do the job for them. 2 Iron Shells will actually be doing the job. There's no blinking away from this one. Tries to do what he can before he will go down, because the open wounds, Draskell, no open wounds. Actually, TA has another refraction up. Wisp coming in as well. They might be able to try to do this. Here comes Wisp and Gain coming in from the back. This might be overextension at its finest. Draskell and Scriff gonna be bursted down. Scriff already going down. Draskell trying to fight for his life. Gonna be going for Io. Io is gonna indeed be dropped. Draskell, trouble, eating his way through. Armor toggling for his life. Nice! Infest gets himself the kills. And now the Cogs, he's not out of the woods yet. Goes for the Clockwork. Clockwork is gonna get that hook shot off. Draskell is gonna be able to stay alive. And yeah, I can't believe that just happened.
That was insane reaction. That
Oh,
was, might actually turn
is that
around
over?
here.
One Melt Strike might do it. One Melt Strike might do it. There goes a slow. No Melt Strike. The open wounds are gonna be enough, or are they? I'm not toggling. There's no more Drum Charge. Draskell hiding. He is safe. He doesn't have a TP scroll though, but he is safe.
Yeah,
Unless there's a flare coming in 15 seconds, but...
that was some insane play. Draskell, I don't know. I know that people say, yeah, Draskell was really good and he could maybe even become a pro player if he did invest the time, but...
He actually was a pro player in Han.
Yeah, I know that. But, yeah. So this was impressive play by him.
Radiant's
Yep.
middle tower
But he
is
might
under
be-
attack.
Survival instinct.
Definitely.
Just,
Yeah, that
Radiant's
fast
middle
with like
tower
10
has
HP or
fallen.
so.
Yeah, armlet toggling, successful, Infest helping out, getting kills everywhere. Actually gonna be finding Wisp here. Wisp realizing that he is now he's still there, and actually it is gonna be Slark coming in with his ultimate. There's still the armlet ready, and they will be trying to go for the pounce though. He jumps into enemy lines, and it's gonna be a rock falling from the sky. I already gonna be going down. TA coming in. There goes Weapons. Graskell coming in, and now finally will be going down. Cogs are gonna be trying to stop the retreat. Darkseer Wall is still there though, and the Nature's Prophet goes down. Can they find more is the question. TA running up to the high ground. Scrift chasing him down. Gonna be finding a meld. Gonna be trying to fight this. Refraction already getting burned off again. Too Good coming in with the rock and golem helping out. Will it be enough? Nice meld. One more hit. No stick charges helping out as well as the Soul Ring. Actually, Soul Ring not helping out at all, but the kill is still there with the vacuum. Script getting the kills, and that is gonna be 3-2. And I overextension. I mean, was it worth it? Do you think?
Yeah, I mean, look at the graphs. I think at this point, Good Studio can kind of play around with them. They still leading so much, and Draskell, he's sitting on 5k gold. He's just not buying items just yet, but if he picks up like a Desolator or I don't know, a
Radiant's top
Dasher
tower
or
is
even a
under
Missile
attack.
Blade soon.
Oh, Bruno pops a Shadow Blade. Doesn't matter. Goes down. Sentry Ward
Never
helping
felt more shiv, did you?
Oh, nice. Yeah, but oh, already is that? No, it's just.
No,
a
that's
disconnect.
just a disconnect. We have to wait until the reconnects. But yeah, I mean, the Radiant team Pro Dota 2 RU is very far behind right now. What do they need to do to get back up on this?
This is, yeah, I think they need to get more pickoffs like this, like they just did Bruno. But the problem is that the Good Studio know that, and they're just going to 5-man Dota and maybe come in from behind, taking out the Warlock first before he actually gets the drop of his ultimate, and then you might have a chance. But there's still Scriff, who has the mech, who has the wall, who has the vacuum. Yeah, I think either of those two need to be picked off. Then you can take a team fight, I think. But it's really difficult to execute.
Yeah, especially with that Warlock ulti coming down. I mean, team fight potential is just going the way of the Good Studio. And I mean, you mentioned it. If you don't win that mid lane, and you have or mid game rather, you have a mid game lineup, you're gonna be in some deep trouble. And that is what we see Pro Dota 2 Pro Dota RU experiencing right now. And they need to have that Nature's Prophet going into that semi carry role, because without it they won't be able to do it. But Nature's Prophet has actually died 6 times, and I mean, he's not doing too bad. He's got his first Oblivion Staff ready for the Orca that he probably wants to have to kill off Too Good or something like that. But he is not that semi-carry that they need right now. They need so much more, and only Shadowblade Slark is basically the only source of damage that they have, including the TA that has got no damagey items, but relies on that melt damage to be there. It's really tough.
Yeah, and Nature's Prophet, I mean, the early game was really nice. He TP'd out bottom a lot to get those ganks going, and I think he's secured at least 1 or 2 kills on Script. So, but his farm has been stagnating because of that, and he's only sitting on the Midas and an Oblivion Staff. At this point, you want at least either the Shadow Blade or, well, he's going for the Orchid, so at least the Orchid. But yeah, not looking too good for him. And looks like the Good Studio will be assembling in the mid lane and maybe to go for some tier 2 mid push, even without Bruno. And I don't think they really need him at this point.
Nope. And Desolator actually ready up on Draskell coming in to try and chase down Faker, who's gonna get a Vendetta in his face. Impale is gonna be there as well still. Yep, there it is. Open wounds as well. Mana burn kill. A bit of a fight for who gets the kill, because there was a Dagon used, but I think it wasn't even needed that much. I think Draskell would have killed him off anyway. But, you know, successful kill still for Wepas.
Did you see that ward placement by Wepas? He just placed the ward in vision range of the tower. I mean, he won't. Yeah,
hard.
it was too bad.
That was also why Faker is blaming him a bit for it.
Under attack.
But yeah, tier 2 tower, mid lane still standing. There's still a tier 2 tower top standing as well. Last game we saw the Good Studio doing this kind of play as well, just picking off all the outer towers and then going for Roshan and then going for for higher ground. But in this case, they are so far ahead that they might not even need to do that and might just want to go for the tier 3, considering they're not being stopped whatsoever, and there's no way for Pro Dota RU to actually fight
Radiant
this.
structures
Yeah,
are
exactly.
fortified.
And they have Necrobook level 2 on Too Good now, so their push potential is really strong. I mean, it's strong as it is already because you can siege down the tower with the light range form, but now if he decides to drop the Necronomicon, which I guess he might stay for the start. So.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
They're
Search
just
and
going for it.
Rustful.
Open wounds. Cogs are there though, and they're just going for the Rex. They can do that. The Flak Cannon will be there as well, and Bruno wants to use it to make sure that. Oh, actually with TP in. Cooldown coming down up on 2 though, and that's gonna be the rock drop. Wisp is gonna be running away without anybody tethered towards him. It is gonna be Clockwork that goes down first. Native Prophet will go down second. TA hiding outside of his base as we see Slark getting a Dagon down and buys back from everybody. Wisp also buying back from the back end of things. TA coming in from behind. Jumps herself towards the tier 3 tower. Open wounds, impales. There's no hiding from this. There's no hiding from this. Baraka barrages, trying to stay alive as much as he can. Wisp goes down after buying back. TA still standing there in the middle of the iron shells. Can indeed do that. Tries to run again, but no chance of this happening. There we go. Darkseer's iron shell get them anyway. It's gonna be Bruno that still gets picked up by the Slark though. Gonna be using this also to try and get away. There's no vision, no wards, no nothing, no gem. They're still a pounce away. Should be able to get himself away. Oh, Webhouse finds himself inside the cogs. It might actually be going down here. Tower helping out. One more hit. There we go. They get a kill. Might be able to get more, but it's Clockwork that's now in trouble because Draskull is giving Pro Dota no rest. TA back. Oh, TA gone again, almost. Anyways, he's gonna be hiding at his tier 4s, and this is gonna be the good studio backing off. Lifestealer getting himself out into safety. Everybody getting themselves out into safety because in the meantime the Nature's Prophet was split pushing top lane. Actually got some damage done on the tier 3, but the racks are going down in the mid lane. Scriff in some trouble, has got another surge, is gonna just try to TP out. Should be able to do this in time. There we go. And the Sprout, of course, not really stopping any kind of TP. But good fight for the good studio.
Yeah, definitely. They forced out at least 2 or 3 buybacks. Was it really good fight, and even though they didn't have any sort of invis detection, and they still managed to kill Slark and TA at least once. So, but yeah, they will have Necrobook level 3, so they don't really need the gem. But Draskull might be caught off right here.
Game with the Shadow
so
Blade. He will be taking a lot of damage. He doesn't have detection. There he goes, pounce. It's gonna be a bit too late, and Draskull is gonna be using his armlet cooldown coming down. This might be going the wrong way, but Draskull still goes down. TA taking a lot of damage, though, might actually go down, but it's Bruno that drops first. Nature's Prophet helping out. Now the rest of the good studio comes in. The buybacks are there. Cogs up on Scriff with the Iron Shell, though, and it's Clockwork that's gonna be in trouble in his own cogs, and he will be bursted down. Shadowblade not working out. It's gonna be Gain that gets still picked up. Darkseer getting it, and is he gonna get a triple kill? Oh, you shouldn't sprout yourself in there with that Iron Shell. That's a team wipe.
Yeah, again. I mean, they did force out a buyback, but effectively, I don't even think they needed Draskull to buy back in this one because Scriff. Yeah,
he didn't even come back to the fight, did he?
Yeah, I think he helped in killing the TA that was still running around. But still, they didn't really need him. So yeah. Scriff also really just doing so much damage, has a Sheever's Guard, so yeah. Did I just call it Sheever's Guard?
Sheeva's Guard.
That was unintentional.
No, I thought you said Sheeva's Guard.
Okay,
Properly.
no, I don't, yeah,
Radiant's
doesn't
top
matter.
tower is under
But this will be
attack.
the last outer tower, and yeah, this might as well be the top racks. I'm not sure how they want to defend this. They still have the Wall of Ultimate. They didn't really fight with it. Yeah, he didn't even use it.
No, he had it on cooldown still. It had like 10-second cooldown, but you know, it will be up. It is up again when they try to push on the tier 3 right in time. In the meantime, Draskull is actually split pushing, is going for racks of his own. Gonna be dodging a hook shot there as the TPs come in, leaving 4 heroes to chase Draskull, who just jumps himself inside a creep. But it is gonna be the rest of the good studio just taking down the top tier 3. They might as well blink in, melt damage, too good, trouble, Wiz TPing coming in as well. Gonna be trying to go for this. Io actually gets bursted down before it can TP anywhere. That was a Dagon that we heard Weapons killing him off with. Traps, here comes Gabe with the Shadow Blade, goes for Too Good again, drops a rock before he goes down. Will he actually goes down? It's a question. Oh, he has his heal up. It is gonna be TA that goes down first, and Too Good still standing. Gain on his way out, trying to run, is indeed out of vision. Now in vision again, finds Draskull, or Draskull finds him, and that is indeed gonna be a kill. Clockwork locked inside his own cogs to try and stay alive. Ghost Scepter activated, and is gonna be going down. Yeah, T1.
Yeah, another team wipe, and this just goes to show. I thought that if they pick up Too Good first, they might have a good team fight, but at this point, even Too Good is too tanky to be taken down. He's sitting on 2k HP. How do they actually want to kill him? And you just saw that 2 farmers from the Radiant side tried to kill him, but weren't successful. And yeah, GG's being called out. I think, yeah, there was no point in prolonging this.
Yeah,
Also
40k experience in favor of the good studio. Goldcraft not as ruthless, but it's still 25,000 gold. And that is a GG Gold, obviously. This means that we're going to be seeing the good studio in the grand finals, which will be starting off with a trader mode, will be followed by a captain's mode.
Actually, no, they changed it around.
They changed it around again? What?
Yeah, it looks like it's most probably going to be all 3 games normal captain mode.
Oh really? I like trader mode.
Yeah, the players not so much, or most of them anyway.
I think the good studio likes trader mode.
I didn't see that game. How did that one play out?
Well, the teams weren't really knowing what they would do, because I will explain after we jump ourselves out of this game, actually, because it was a bit distracting. Anyways, grand finals of Staff Cup number 3 coming up. Any plugins for you before we jump ourselves out?
You can follow me on Twitter under SkimGaming, but that's about it.
Okay. Let's jump ourselves out of this game and get ourselves the grand finals, which is a best out of 3. We'll see what modes they are. But it's gonna be the good studio taking on whoever wins the other semifinals, because I'm not sure who won that. So stick around, we'll find out soon.